Okay, well, now we're getting down to where we're getting to the 28th part of this series, getting ready for Christmas in July. And I'd say that there's just a few more things we've got left to do here. As for these little Santa Clauses, I kind of got a little bit slightly wider brush, and I'm going to work on Poplar St. Nicholas's boots. We're going to start painting the boots here. I started painting here on the inside of the boots where we are going to have a little place to start out here, and so with this little work we have, we're going to make it so we kind of show a little spirit and war and work and what we have to do. I say that this little time in our lives that we see what we do and then finally get down to where we're making it to so that it's going to be little black boots is what we're going to have. I say that as of this time, I'm hoping that we can finish it up in only 30 videos. Hopefully when we get a 30th part done to this getting ready for Christmas in July series, we'll be ready to end it. I have also just decided, as far as the going out and doing power carving is concerned, as for those little Alpine St. Nicholas figures we started on, we probably, I'd say as of now, are not going to finish those just yet. I'd say we're probably going to maybe make another video set on which we'll get on and finish demonstrating those hopefully another time, but I do think I'm getting enough Christmas stuff made for my July shows, and probably to the point where I might sooner or later be ready to work on some other things. Maybe some dogs or something like that, or some little animals out of my scraps that I have. I say this little time in our life, this little work that we do, I say that this is how it's coming along. We finally got the boots painted on here. We got the inside, that is, but we're going to go on and take care of the outsides of them as well. As you see, this little Santa can kind of lay on its back in a way that the boots are kind of elevated, so they have a little more room to hang up and dry, and so that's how the work will come along with these. There have been times when, with all the work we've had over the years, there's been things that have soaked in the linseed oil at times. Some of the stuff you've probably seen on my previous videos, we're probably going to come back around and do just to show a little more how we've always done certain things. And this is going to be something which, when we get done with it in the end, there's probably going to be a lot of times and shows and events that all this will be quite ready for. Thing is that we only have 2 events of that type, but you know, we have kind of like fall events coming up in November and in, let's see, in September and October, where we could be selling some Halloween stuff like I've already made. And as for the work, when it gets the way it comes along, we're going to come along and see how little work shall make its way to us and have us work our ways to do the things we've always dreamed of. I say that this is where we come along, and sometimes it's going to be the work we take in, work we take out. Finally, you'll see that these little boots have come out just the right way to make little claws just the way he ought to be. And then, you know, a little white got on this boot, but we gotta have a way to kind of work along with it, make it so it goes a little more down the center of the little boot legging thing and taken down. And so we're going to take it on for the rest of the way. I would suggest also, if you like to carve, you get into a lot of Rick Butts' books. There's a certain book here. I think I might, since it's laying right here, I might kind of get a hold of it to show you the cover, but it's called Wood Carving with Rick Butts. That is where I get some of these patterns out of. And as for also the Santas, there's this wood carving step-by-step Santas that I also have. That is another good book where I get some of these great patterns from. I suggest you kind of go and consider looking at those books if you're interested in learning a little more. It's a good thing they were over here today, because it would have been a lot of work during a video just to go over somewhere else and grab them wherever else they might have been. So I say, for a little bit of work we do, we kind of make it so we're kind of showing ourselves bright and strong, bright and early, making it so we're working our ways about the things that we do, and then come down to where we're going to work a little bit into this, and finally, sometimes, just sometimes, you know, boots can kind of shine when you add a little work to them. I've seen a little bit of that. I mean, I've seen all the polishes and the mink oils and things like that. And it makes me think how when I was a kid, I saw a sign, a billboard sign, that it was actually advertising a can of chewing tobacco, but I thought it was a shoe polish can from looking at it. So I wondered, why would shoe polish be advertised on a billboard and have a warning beside it? I asked my mom something about that. She said, it's probably not a shoe polish can, it's probably a chewing tobacco can, because that's what it would be if it has a warning on it. I tell you, and then I'd say for a little bit more, that's how billboards were in my days. They advertised products, even products that had to have little warnings on them about mouth cancer, gum disease, tooth loss, lung cancer, heart disease, emphysema. They put all those warnings on all those little tobacco products. And I mean, I tell y'all, there were little things in my life that I tell you, I probably said in the 5th grade when I did a DARE essay that I was never going to try any of that stuff. But I mean, when I was 25, I just got to the point in life where my car insurance went down. I got a little more independent, so decided to kind of try this stuff for the first time. Tried a pack of cigarettes, tried some chewing tobacco, everything. Never did do much good. And alcohol, I tell y'all, I mean, tried that temporarily, but didn't last long. Think I kind of learned a lesson real quick from that. So we find out in life with whatever we do, whatever we take, whatever we try, it all just has little lessons that it just has to teach us in the long run. I will say that there's probably not enough stuff that I have over here to really add so much more to a video now, but I do want to also just kind of say that we've finished up with both of these pairs of boots. There's going to be little touch-ups I'll be coming back to do on those Santas, but it's more than likely not going to be stuff I'm going to be doing on the camera, because it's going to be a little extra work to come along. We'll try to find something to do just to kind of get a couple more videos in that we need. And I say that for the rest of my week. Like I've been saying in the last videos, only got 2 more days to work. Then I get a summer break. Start a new place next year. So these videos, they're coming out a little bit shorter than before for this series, but we're getting closer to the end, so that's how it'll be. Probably even for the next 2, if we make 2 more. Thank you. Goodbye.